Now, let's talk about the battle for Meru. On one side of the ring, we have Governor Kawira Mwangaza, and on the other side, we have the Speaker of the Senate. Governor Kawira Mwangaza's impeachment has been one of the longest legal battles fought between a people, a county assembly, and the Speaker of the Senate. For those who don't know what impeachment is, it's basically the removal of a governor or a politician, like the deputy president, from office through lawful means. Removal from office of a governor is provided for under Article 181 of the Constitution and supported by Section 33 of the County Governments Act. To be removed from office, there must be a grave violation of the Constitution or any other law. There must be serious reasons to believe that a governor has committed crimes under the national or international law. There must be abuse of office or gross misconduct. And lastly, there must be physical or mental incapacity inhibiting the governor from performing their functions of office. Section 33 of the County Government Act outlines the procedure for impeachment. For impeachment of the governor to occur, there must be an initial resolution by the County Assembly, followed by a Senate hearing and a vote. The Senate is then tasked with evaluating the sufficiency of the charges and determining whether the evidence meets the constitutional threshold. To deal with impeachment, courts have consistently ruled that impeachment is not purely a political process, but one that requires objective and verifiable evidence of wrongdoing. Impeachment must be based on substantial proof of serious wrongdoing. Let's begin our story and take it all back to when the storm began. After the 2022 general elections, Kawira Mwangaza became the governor of Meru County. This was not just a small win. This was a win that was widely celebrated across the region, but trouble was brewing. Impeachment attempts came in like storms, with the county assembly determined to remove her. On 8th August 2024, a fresh motion for her removal was passed, and the case went to the Senate. On August 14, 2024, the Speaker of the Senate convened a special meeting that will set up the stage for the controversial and chaotic impeachment. In the sitting, the motion to remove the governor was not passed. Senate determined that the matter be dealt with before a committee of the whole House, with the Senate sitting in plenary. On 19th August 2024, Senate heard both the County Assembly and the governor, and in the end, they affirmed the County Assembly's decision to remove the governor by way of impeachment. On 20th August 2024, the Senate published a Gazette notice removing the governor from office by way of impeachment as provided under Article 181 of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Governments Act, and Standing Order 80 of the Senate Standing Orders. This did not sit well with Governor Kawira Mwangaza. She challenged the impeachment in the High Court by way of a petition dated 21st August 2024. What did she argue? She argued that the impeachment did not meet the constitutional threshold, that it was conducted in defiance of a valid court order, that it was based on matters already pending before the High Court in Meru, and that the process violated the principles of public participation, and lastly, she claimed that she was denied a fair hearing. The Senate responded by holding that the impeachment process against the governor was conducted in strict adherence to the law, and sufficient grounds to remove the governor from office had been presented. The affirmation of a removal from office was in line with Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, which outlines the grounds and procedure for impeachment. The Senate also contended that these provisions were strictly adhered to, and that it exercised its mandate under Article 96 of the Constitution, followed due process as described, and ensured that procedural compliance and constitutional validity was adhered to. The Senate also held that there was no court order barring them from proceeding with the motion of impeachment to remove Governor Kawira Mwangaza from office. Now, it was down to the court to determine this and bring it to an end. After all was said and done, came the moment of truth. One party had to win and another had to lose. On the issue raised by Governor Kawira that this matters before the Meru Court, court held that issues in the Meru Court were proceedings that related to the county assembly and not the Senate proceedings. Consequently, the court held up that it had no reason to interfere with the Senate's resolution affirming the removal of Governor Kawira Mwangaza from office. On the second issue of unconstitutionality of the Senate's impeachment process and the validity of Section 33(8) of the County Government Act, court declined to deal with this issue as the same issue was already pending before the Meru High Court in a related matter which had been filed earlier in time by the governor herself. On the third issue of public participation as a constitutional requirement under Article 10(2)(a) and Article 196(1)(b) of the Constitution of Kenya, the court ruled that public participation in impeachment proceedings primarily occurs at the county assembly level rather than the Senate level. Court also held that the issue of public participation was already being addressed in a separate case before the Meru High Court, hence it did not touch on it. On the issue of whether the impeachment threshold for Governor Kawira was met, court held that the Senate reviewed all allegations against Governor Kawira and found out that they met the threshold of gross misconduct under Article 181(1), meaning that the charges were serious enough to warrant her removal from office. Court found out that the procedural and due process boxes were ticked by the Senate. Court was satisfied that the charges laid before the Senate, which were considered by the chamber in favor of the impeachment, were of a nature that met the requirements of Article 181 of the Constitution. On the issue of whether the Senate's impeachment of the governor was invalid due to the violation of a fair hearing, court, upon analyzing all evidence, found out that the governor was accorded all procedural safeguards necessary for a fair hearing, including the opportunity to present evidence, respond to both allegations as well as the questions from the senators, oppose the county assembly position, and make a final statement. As for the court, the Senate had followed the standard parliamentary procedure, incorporating an opening statement, presentation of evidence, an opportunity for senators to ask questions, and a closing statement. The court assessed the totality of the impeachment process and found that the petitioner, Governor Kawira Mwangaza, had been given an ample opportunity to present a case and respond to the allegations leveled against her. Therefore, the court finally found out that the Senate's impeachment process was procedurally sound and did not warrant any judicial intervention from the court on grounds of unfair hearing. In the end, the court affirmed the impeachment of Governor Mwangaza through Gazette Notice 10-351, dated 20 August 2024. We've had a couple of impeachments in Kenya so far, with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua being the highlight so far. The latest politician to be impeached has been Governor Mwangaza. Tomorrow, it could be another leader. But what are the lessons we've learned so far regarding impeachment in the country? For one, impeachment must be founded on grounds found under the Constitution and the County Government Act. Secondly, there must be fairness in impeachment matters and due process must be followed. There must be public participation and it starts at the county assembly level. Now, if due process is followed, the courts won't overturn a lawful impeachment. And lastly, impeachment is no longer a political game. It must be based on facts and not vendettas. But what do you think? Are these impeachments really necessary? Or are they a political witch hunt? Let's get talking in the comments. And if you found this case insightful, hit the like button, share with your friends and subscribe for more deep dive in Kenya's most compelling legal battles. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep democracy alive. Do not forget to subscribe and thanks for watching.